Hello beautiful, hello besties, welcome back to my channel, or welcome for the first time if you haven't been here before. We are gonna play with the Natasha Denona Dream Collection. Finally, I bought this on pre-sale. Yeah, was that a week and a half ago, I think? And I feel like both Natasha Denona and FedEx has been plotting against me so that I would never see this collection. But here we are, and I'm gonna do what I always do. I'm gonna do a first impression, I'm gonna do a second impression. I'm gonna show you how colorful and how dramatic can this palette really go, and also let's chat about, like, did we need this palette? Because the more I look at it, the more I'm like, this feels oddly familiar. That intro was not my usual intro, but listen, we're switching it up. We're switching it up. I bought this entire collection. I have the lip products here as well. I bought this entire collection on pre-sale at the Natasha Denona website. Let me just show you some close-ups and some swatches, a little b-roll while I'm talking about this. I will say, I am very disappointed in the whole shipping experience with this collection. I will say, when I reached out to Natasha Denona and being like, what happened to my pre-order express shipping? It's been a while, and they apologized because they were like, it's been a mistake, we apologize, here's your shipping back. But then FedEx was like, oh, you thought that was trouble? Hold my beer. And they were literally like saying that they attempted a delivery, but they had never been here, because I was literally sitting watching the street because it said that they were gonna be here. Customer service was like, oh, he's gonna come back, and then he didn't, and customer service, honestly, it was a mess. And then today I was waiting by the door to sign for this release, and all of a sudden I get a mail saying this package has been delivered and signed by Angela. Who's Angela? Bitch, I have questions. Who's Angela? It ain't me. Let me tell you that. It ain't me. But I'm excited to be trying this out. I am aware that I am the last YouTuber on earth to talk about this collection, and you being here still watching this video, even though I am upload 50,274, thank you. No, really, thank you. I'm gonna let you know about one thing that I didn't think about when I made this order, because I wasn't even thinking this. I wasn't even thinking this, and still I didn't look at it. This lipstick, I thought that this was called My Dream Lipstick. This is just new packaging of her already existing shade that is called Natasha, which is her perfect shade. So it makes sense for that to be in this collection. Like, I'm not surprised. So the lip liner and the lipstick, they are in the shade Natasha, and Natasha is already available in the original packaging that looks like this. I do like the special edition packaging. I'm just very happy that I actually did not own the original shade Natasha, because then I would have had duplicates and I wouldn't have liked that. Also, let me show you a quick b-roll of some of the special packaging that she has had with these lipsticks. I really enjoy that she keeps doing special packaging, like limited edition packaging for her limited edition releases. I really do enjoy that. I hope she continues with that. I just wish that it would have been a little bit more clear, because this says My Dream Lipstick, and then in smaller font it says that it is the Natasha shade. So if you already own the Natasha lip liner or the Natasha lipstick, don't buy this. You already have this shade. I'm not 100% sure if the lip gloss was already available as well. This is also in the shade Natasha. If you've seen this before, let me know. I couldn't find it. I think that the cheek palette is actually, you've already seen the swatches, but I think the cheek palette is the thing that surprised me the most, because I thought that this was going to be a cream, this was going to be a cream, and this was going to be that formula that she had in the nude collection. It is not. This is the cream, and I'm really happy about that, because I didn't love that formula that was in the... And I can see here that it's a little bit different. The one that had the embossing, was that in the I Need a Nude collection? It was some kind of a collection where she had a highlighter as a single in this. And even though I thought it was nice, I didn't think it was amazing. And I definitely didn't think it warranted the Natasha Denona price tag. So we're going to be trying this one out as well. I do have foundation, bronzer, and brows on. I will leave links to all of this down below, including what I already have on my face. So the Dream palette, I haven't even taken off the coat on my mirror. I think that this looks really beautiful, but let me just show you a quick side by side with this one and the retro palette. They are even more similar in, like, just overall appearances than I thought they were going to be when I got these. Are they dupes? No, they're definitely different shades in this one that are not in that palette. I will say, if you, like me, own everything from Natasha Denona, almost, if you have the retro, if you have the glam, if you have the bronze, there's nothing new in this one. There's nothing new in this one that's bringing you like, oh, I didn't have that element. You have this element. If you do not own anything from Natasha Denona, I think this could be a really good starter palette, because I do think that this palette in the color story pretty much embodies what Natasha Denona has been doing up until now. Really hope though that next year's holiday palette is not another one of these burgundies mixed with some warm neutrals. Just throwing it out there. But I'm gonna do two different looks, and I thought, because I have gotten some questions, this one here is a multichrome. It is a multichrome between a green going to a gold going to a red. It's a pretty strong multichrome, and I have been getting questions like, how do you work with these multichromes with a black base? So I thought I'd do a look with that today, but I want to start with this one. It's called Invention, and it is like an orangey gold. And I want to start with that one. Let's start with the lip things though. Like I said, this is the original Natasha color. I love the I Need a Nude lip liner, and I do love the I Need a Nude lipstick. I've never tried the glosses though, but if you find a color that you like in this range, and if you're the kind of person that don't mind spending a little extra to get really nice packaging and like a good formula, I really recommend the lip products from Natasha Denona. I really do. You know what, I'll do only the gloss in the first look, and then we can do the lipstick in the second. I decided to zoom in a little bit so that you can actually see something. It smells just a little sweet. That is a really pretty color though. I didn't even need to dip in, but I'll dip in once more. And just add a little more. That is a really nice color. It is a... I would say it is a cool tone nude with a pinky undertone for sure. Let's start with the cheek palette. I kind of want to use my finger. I'm going to start with the cream blush, and then I'm going to use the cream highlighter, and then I'll just brush over a little bit of the... It says cream blush, but I feel like it's not super wet. Could I have used a brush with this? Because this is not a very wet formula. Could I have used a brush with this? Let me see if I can wipe this off. And let's see if I can use... Because now I'm like... I feel like this was not very... like creamy, wet. Not that it was like hardly packed, but I feel like I could use a brush with this. Definitely. This is also a bit more of a pinky nude. I mean, this is Natasha Denona's dream collection. We can all see that she's into the pinky nudes, okay? This is no secret. I feel like every makeup artist is loving the pinky nudes. It's a thing. Okay, so this is labeled as a cream blush, but I definitely could use it with a stiff brush. I am actually very excited about that. That makes me very happy. Now I feel like I need to feel this one. This feels more creamy. This is more like a sheer gloss. Okay. What do I feel about this formula? I'm guessing that this is gonna make the other one really pop. I'll just use a little bit of this on this side. It's really subtle and nice on its own. Like subtle, I don't know about subtle, but like there's no glitter or sparkle. It just looks a little dewy and wet. It layered really good on top of that blush. Let me see if I can use, because I have a highlighter brush that I really love. It's from Nabla. It looks like this, like a real fluffy one. Oh, could you see how much that needed to be cleaned desperately? Okay. A little bit more clean. So the Dream Glow, I feel like this is the formula that she had in her palettes that were like a cheek and eye palette that came out last holiday. And I love that formula and I'm so excited. Okay, I'm so excited to have that in this little trio. That is beautiful. Oh, that is very high shine. I think I'm just gonna use this on top of my brows. Oh my god, got stuck in my hairs. Oopsie. But that is so pretty. Okay, okay. I need to do that on the other cheek too, but subtle highlight who? Okay, I'm here, I'm ready. I have been putting on the base that I really love from Sigma. I feel like I want to use as many shades as possible in this thing. I feel like that's only natural. There is a couple, like, do I want to use this whole for the smoky eye and keep it with this together with this then? But then it's going to be a pretty neutral look. Are we okay with that? Let me start with Carpe Diem. I actually have a tattoo on my body that says Carpe Noctem. Fun fact. And then we're gonna do Familia and I guess Aspiration. Let's do those three. I might use the Unity as well, which is that lighter peachy almost pastel if I feel, oh, that's pigmented. That is very Natasha Denona matte. If I feel like I need to blend this out, because I might need to blend this out. How many cream to powder do we have in here? I think we only have 2, and it is those 2 like burgundies here on the side. I really love those shades, so we're gonna see how those work in the next look. But let me just try and see if I can blend these in the crease. I will say I like packing all my shadows and then blending the edges, not necessarily worrying too much about making it even in the beginning. Just initial impression of this matte, I feel like it is very Natasha Denona, which is that it is extremely buildable and extremely pigmented, making it almost look more pigmented on the lid than it does in the pan. So this one, that's a really good shade. Wow. I mean, I gotta say, this is just one shadow and I feel like it looks so nice. I'm gonna use a little bit of Unity before I go into Familia. So first Unity and then Familia, but I'm just gonna blend this on the edge here, just to soften this edge up a little bit. Because let me tell you, the older you get, the more little crevices you get. And it's sometimes really hard to make matte shadows look extremely blended because like your skin isn't. I'm literally trying to fool you with shadows to make my skin look smoother than it actually is. How am I doing? Am I succeeding? So this is the Familia dark brown shadow. I am just gonna deepen up a little bit in the crease with this one. Something that I know from using Natasha Denona shadows from before is that they are extremely buildable. So this one is called Aspiration. It is just a very dark cocoa brown. So I really like this one. That's like the goldy one, but also this one that's called Thrill. Oh, so this, am I losing my top? This is a gold pink duochrome. Maybe we'll use this on my lower lash line, and the Invention, which is that like orangey gold, we'll put that on the lid and we'll do this on the lower lash line and in the corners. So this is the shadow Thrill. That is like a lot. Ooh, that is probably the most reflective shade in this palette, just based on my swatches and based on what I see in the shadow, like in the palette, how it looks. And this is like a warm baby pink gold duochrome. That's what this is. So I'm just gonna put that on my lower lash line and a little bit in my inner corners. And I feel like that's gonna finish this look up. I am really liking how this is looking. I think it's super pretty. Like, I don't do neutrals a lot, but I like that it's like an orange on. This is like if you would take one of my monochromatic super orange looks but just tone it down to a neutral, this is what you would get. It's really pretty, it's really dramatic. I don't do neutral looks if I can't make them dramatic, and this is dramatic for sure. So at least it ticks one of the 2 boxes. It's really dramatic, and it makes me happy to see that there are several shades in this palette that you can deepen up with if you want to take your look to the dramatic side. Let me finish this look up and we can have a better look at look number 1. That is 2. Look number 1. I did add a little bit of orange in my waterline. I added the orange from Oden's eye just because I thought that this would be a nice pop to really bring out the orange in the look. Remember, you can always make a look a little bit more colorful by adding something colorful in the waterline. I could have added a black, I could have added a brown, I could have added a beige, but I chose an orange because I thought that that would be a little bit more extra fun. Okay, so this was look number 1. I am really enjoying it. I think I'm gonna film another video wearing this look because I feel very fall-esque. I'm gonna film a video about like fall palettes. That's gonna come on my channel real soon, but for you, now's gonna be the time when you see look number 2. And like I said, I want to mainly play with the 3 colors down here. I don't know if you can see, yeah, you can see the green going to the burgundy. So we're gonna put this all over the lid. I'm gonna show you such an easy smoky eye to really play up these like duochromes, multichromes, if you really want to show it off. What I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna use this one, Edgy. Why do I feel like I've heard that name of a shadow before? Is that Natasha Denona? I think some shades from here might be repromotes. I don't know if it's this one. I'm literally packing my brush and I am gonna put this on the lid. This is a cream to powder. I'm gonna put this on the lid. I'm gonna blend it into the crease. Here's the thing with cream to powder. Cream to powder shades from Natasha Denona are really good because they are easy to blend. They work on a primer or they work as a primer. You can use them over powders as any normal eyeshadow. You can also use them under powder eyeshadow to make the shadow that goes on top pop more. You can also use them as a sandwich color, like you can put a light matte down and then you can use a cream to powder to make the next matte that you're going to put on top of it pop even more, like a sandwich color. So these are very versatile and very easy to work with. And since they work so good together, either on their own or together with powders on top or underneath, they're very versatile shades. So don't be afraid to incorporating shades like this in your looks, not only as like I'm doing here as a primer color. Basically, I'm putting this all over my lid and in my crease, and I'm gonna blend it out in a bit. But like these can be used in so many different ways, and if you want to have more inspiration on how to use your cream to powder shadows, I would suggest my video where I did several looks with the Natasha Denona retro palette, because I talk even more about the cream to powder shadows there. So I'm just gonna put this all over the lid like you can see and into the crease, and I'm basically packing this on. This is the cream to powder formula, but it's easy to blend, easy to layer, and on me these do not crease, they do set down. Oh, I'm sorry if I'm out of focus, but yeah, I'm just gonna do this, and I'm also gonna do this a little bit under my eyes. So this is gonna be the startup of the look basically. So this right now is only that one color, the edgy one. This is the only color that I've used. I've blended out the edges a little bit, but as you can see, just by using this you can get a really nice look, and the cream to powders are really easy to blend out. I am going to use the lighter one though, that's called Instinct, and I'm just going to put that on one of my favorite types of brushes, the fluffy brushes that are a little like pinched or oval, and I'm just going to see if I can blend a little bit on the edge with this. I'm putting that is actually more intense than I was hoping. I'm putting very little on my brush. I just wanted to have something a bit lighter on the edge. But I honestly think that this is maybe too deep for that. So I'll probably go into the Unity, which is the pastel pink, after I just make the other side similar, because I feel like this one is still too deep for what I wanted. So this is the Unity, the pastel pink. I'm putting that on the edge instead. And now I'm just gonna blend this edge out to get it to be what I was hoping it would be. This is probably why you should swatch a palette before you start, so that I would have known that that shade was actually too deep for what I was hoping. But like, this is looking a little bit too intense for me, a little bit too intense. I might use a little bit of just pressed powder actually. Don't forget you can always use powder to take things down a bit. I'm gonna use my normal NYX one, and we'll just put a little bit on the edge. I feel like we were in a pretty good space here. Is it perfectly blended? Maybe not. But again, my lids are not entirely crease free either, so I think we're gonna have to live with that. I am gonna pull this shade now, the multi-chrome down here in the corner, and I'm just gonna put it on my finger, and you can see the green to, yeah, the green to the pink. So I'm just putting that on my finger, and now I am pushing that on top of this cream to powder all the way from my inner corner out to my outer corner. And since this is going on the entirety of the round part of the lid, it's giving it maximum space to really show, you can see here, show the whole shift, because the eye is not flat. The rounder the part you put it on, the more it's gonna show. And now I have it on the entire lid. So I basically just put this color all over the lid, blended it into my crease, diffused it a little bit, and then put this multi-chrome all over the lid, over the dark base that I already put. I'm not using a brush, I'm not being precise in any way, shape, or form. I'm just putting it on the lid, and that is the finished look. I think I'm gonna put, what am I gonna put? I think I'm these fingers. I think I'm gonna put some of the, why am I losing my top? This is a mess. I'm a mess. Did you not notice? I think I'll use some of the darker shades, the matte, in my inner corner, just around here, to help with the smoky look. A smoky look can be super sexy by carrying in the dark shadows just around your tear duct. I think that looks really good. I'm gonna put some black in my waterline and tightline it a little bit, just with like a kohl pencil, and finish this up. But I hope that this was helpful in showing how easy it can be to use one of these multi-chromes that is a little bit darker or that has a black base and make it impactful but not too complicated. So this is some mascara and just some tight lining with black kohl liner. I think it looks really cool and really sexy. I wanted to use the lipstick. Where is it? Oh, here. So I have the lip liner on still from look number 1, but I haven't applied either lip gloss or lipstick, so I thought that is this glossier? Because I Need a Nude lipsticks from before, and they are not this glossy. Or are they? Am I forgetting? I don't feel like they're this glossy. I will say that this is a very flattering color on me. Even though I don't usually wear a lot of pinks, I will say that this kind of a pink, this like dusty, beigey, cool tone nudie pink, it really is very flattering on me, and I really like how it looks. So I like all of the lip products, if I'm gonna be honest, and the palette and the cheek. This is a good release. I will say my least favorite thing is probably the eyeshadow palette, because I feel like it might be a tint, just a little bit redundant if you own other palettes from Natasha. If you don't, this might be the perfect palette. But let me put on some lashes and we can just have a final chat. The look is done. Let's just have a quick round up what I think. Love the cheek palette. I think the cheeks look absolutely amazing. They look so smooth but still so shiny. I think the combo of these two together is beautiful. This is a pretty generic blush color for being Natasha Denona, but this is her dream collection, so I'm gonna let that slide if I'm gonna be honest. And I also really did like that I was able to pick this blush up with a brush. It's something that I appreciate. To be honest, the cheeks look amazing. All of the lip products are really, really nice. I will say I wish they made it a little bit more apparent that this is an existing shade, because I feel like there might be some people that accidentally pick this up thinking they're buying a new shade when they're actually buying an existing shade in the new packaging. Love the packaging though, with the matte and the shiny details. I think the gloss is new and I really did enjoy the gloss. I think these lip products, honestly, like, this is a color that really suits me. I think I'm gonna get good use out of this. When it comes to the palette, like I said, if you do not have anything Natasha Denona, this could be the one. If you own a couple of Natasha Denona palettes, I don't think that this one is bringing something new to the table. I'm just letting you know. If you have the glam and the retro, I think you're done. I'm just letting you know that I don't think that this one is going to bring something new that you don't already have with those two palettes together. That's just like my humble opinion. Even if you have the retro and just any other palette from Natasha Denona, you probably have such similar colors already that I don't think this is bringing anything new. If you have never tried Natasha Denona though, I think this is a really good palette that gives the formulas that she's really good at. Multichrome, duochrome, shiny metallics, mattes, the cream to powder. You have it all in here, and the quality from what I can gather just by this is great. This is a great palette to start with. I hope that this was somewhat helpful. I know that I'm a little late on this one. I hope you enjoyed two more like thorough looks. Maybe if you picked up this palette, maybe this gave you some inspiration. I hope you're having an absolutely amazing day, and I will see you again tomorrow for a new video. Bye!